Notary Educators with Kimmi. I'm your host, Kimmi Nunley. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. We're going to give YouTube a few minutes to notify people that we are live. Welcome to those who are on the podcast, those who will watch the replay. And tonight we are talking about that it's not too late to start your notary business. It's really not. A lot of times I get pushback and people say, well, Kimmi, so many people are already doing it. It's too late for me. It's too late. I can't start a notary business because everyone else has one. When I Google people in my area, they have one. So it's too late for me. Yeah, it's not too late for you. And we're going to talk about why it's not too late for you. Many of you already have your commissions. Hey, welcome. Many of you already have your notary commission. So you already have your printer, you already have your supplies, you have your journal. You have everything you need in order to start your business. And it's not too late for you to start. It's not. I have some reasons here we're going to discuss. You can tell me some things together. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Lisa is our guest speaker tomorrow night inside the Notary Business Success Program. And we are so excited to have her. We will be doing, she and I together, we will be doing loan signing agent profile reviews. If you do not have your loan signing agent profile put together, don't know what to put, you probably need to be in mentorship because we're doing live reviews tomorrow, okay? And that's going to help you to know what to actually put. What are they looking for? What are signing companies looking for? So we're going to discuss that tomorrow. She says she's super excited. So yes, I'm excited for that. We actually have a few more members of our notary family that will be doing guest teaching, and I'm so excited. And that's letting me know, that's letting you guys know that these people, wherever they may have started in their notary career, guess what? Now they're knowing enough where they can tell somebody else. That makes me proud. That makes me proud. So a lot of times people may say, well, I don't want to teach somebody else because if I teach them, then they're going to know more than me, or people are going to like them better. No, we're going to collaborate. We're going to collaborate because, one, again, it lets me know that, hey, our people are doing some things and it's not too late for you. Hey, Sheila. Sheila actually did her first signing recently. Oh, I guess, Lisa, would you mind telling people I'm live over here in the chat? I forgot. I really should tell everybody I'm live. But anyway, yes, so we have several members, though, of our notary family, Notary Business Success community, that will be doing some teaching, and different topics are coming, and I'm just so excited. So, again, so now's a good time for you to join. Now, let's talk about why it's not too late for you to start your business. And before I even get into my little teaching spiel here, do you think it's too late to start your notary business? What do you think about that? And if you already have your supplies, you already have your printer. Many of you said, Kimmi, I got a dual tray printer. I have toner. I have everything I need, but I just haven't done anything. Let's talk about why. I need to know the why. Why haven't you started doing anything? Do you think it's too late for you? I'm going to tell you already it's not. But tell me, why haven't you started? What is the problem? So let's get into some reasons, though, why it's not too late, okay? The first reason, and I asked Chat GPT, okay? I went straight to our friend Chat. And I said, Chat, is it too late to become a notary in 2025? They was like, no way, no how. That's like people saying, well, you know what? It's enough doctors out there. I don't think I should become a doctor. There's already enough doctors. Oh, you know what? It's too many attorneys. How many attorneys do you see when you go on to the television and you're watching commercials and you're listening to 18877 pain and all this stuff? Hey, Martha, how many? How many attorneys are there? Do you think somebody's in attorney law school right now saying, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna become a lawyer because it's already enough out there. Yeah, I done spent all these hundreds of thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of dollars, but you know what? It's oversaturated. I don't think I'm gonna become an attorney. Not. They're gonna become an attorney, become the best attorney that they can. They're gonna market. They're gonna take care of their clients, and they're gonna blow it out the water. The same thing in the notary space. So sometimes, are we making excuses, guys? Are we making excuses? I'm just gonna call it what it is. You know why I'm being a little frank this evening, like even franker, because I'm always frank and honest. But you know why I'm giving it to you so straight today? You really want to know why? It's because I've been watching a lot of the stuff on YouTube, and I didn't realize so many women work for the government. I did not realize that. It is so many women working for the government that are losing their jobs. And I'm sitting here like, I just didn't know. I just did not know. So all these different rules and regulations and stuff that cost people their jobs, now people are like, well, what do I do? And I was just like, you know what? It's time that we really do start. I've been about that business life for a long time. I had my own business since I was 13. Okay. I had my own business since I was 13. And I've also worked for people. You guys know I have worked at the bank. I worked at the hospital, right? And I have a background working 9 to 5 like everybody else. You know, I really worked off hours, like 10 to 7, stuff like that, because I never like traffic. But my point is that I didn't realize so many people work for the government. So we have to not be so reliant on the government. I had to move something. My camera was on. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't realize so many people work for the government. So people are losing their jobs left and right. And that's the only thing they're depending on is a job from the government. And I was just like, wow. So when you have your own business, and I'm not saying you quit your day job today, if you got a job and they're keeping you on payroll, stay on payroll. But in addition to that, let's build out our business on the side. Let's have something in our name, something that we own. I'm very big in ownership. I don't rent my cell phones. I don't rent my car. I own everything, okay? I'd rather drive a 19. I did this. I got rid of my 19. Well, I don't even remember what year the car was, but I had several brand new cars, right? That's all I was accustomed to driving. I love a brand new car almost every 2 years. So I even got hooked up in leasing one year, guys. I even got hooked up in leasing. So this video is gonna be about a little bit of everything. So I hope you catching the gems, okay? It's not straight up learn how to ABC. Now you need to listen, because I had somebody say that one time. So you know when somebody tell me something, I'll be like, ah. So they was like, you didn't teach anything. I'm like, girl, you wasn't listening. The chat went off on them because it's like I always teach. If you got your ears on, you're listening, you will learn, okay? So again, and all things lead back to your business. So this will also lead back to your business. So anyway, I had all these different jobs, and I've always been a business owner, and I believe in owning stuff. That's what I was saying. I own my cell phone. I don't rent my cell phone. I'm not paying them $75 a month every time a new iPhone come out. Okay, I buy older phones from Amazon that I own. Okay. Same thing with my car. I got rid of cars before. I've always had a brand new car up until a certain age. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not giving all my money to Ford Motor anymore. Because, you know, I'm from Michigan, so we bleed Ford up that way. My dad worked for Ford Motor. My father-in-law worked for Ford Motor. So I drove Ford, okay? But my point is, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So I'd rather drive an old car, which is what I did. I got rid of a car that had a $600 car payment on it. And I don't even know what car payments are nowadays. And I got a $3,500 pay for Honda Accord. And I drove that thing for 10 years. And then I sold it to a family member. Okay. And they had it for another year or two. Would have lasted longer, but you know, that's another story. So, yeah, your girl believes in ownership. Okay. So I'm not saying quit your day job today. But everybody on this live, just a few of these people that are part of our notary family, our notary community, notary business success, they have another job, but they also have their business that they're running that they own. So sometimes people aren't doing their business full time because they do have a full time job. And that's great. Again, I'm not the one getting ready to say, quit your full-time job and be a notary. That may not be what you want to do, but I am going to say, build out your business so you can have something that you actually own in the event your job goes away. Or you decide, you wake up one day. How many of you have woke up one day and said, you know what, I don't want to do my job anymore. My knees hurt. I started this industry when I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s, and now I'm in my 50s and my knees hurt. Okay, I can't be lifting people if you're in the medical space. I can't be running around the hospital. When I left my last job, I worked in a department called Family Experience. I had to go to the emergency department quite a bit. Sometimes from the front desk, I worked all over, right? And I was like, "Woo, child, it's a lot of walking," which is good, exercise. Hey, Ingrid, let me say hey to some people right quick, and we're gonna get back. So, what are your thoughts on ownership? Let's talk about it a little bit. People are renting their notary equipment. People ask me about business credit. They're asking me, hey, I want to get my printer, and who would you recommend I start my business credit with? I'm like, I don't. I recommend you take your money from your full-time job. I recommend that you do some general notary work, save up your money, and then you go get your printer, and then you buy your scanner. You know what I mean? I am not the one getting ready to put you in all this debt. I'm just not. I'm not. I've been consistently saying that here for 5 years. Not going to change it. That's not how I live. That's not what I do. I never tell you to do something that I do not do. So I highly recommend start doing some general notary work, save your money, and then let's go to the next level. And then let's do, whatever. Hey Lisa, we already said hey. Miss Sheila is doing her thing. Hey Martha. We got S. Abdul in the house. Says just received my commission. I need a class to learn how to perform my duties correctly. Do you know where a location is in Georgia? Well, hey, S. Abdul, you don't have to go anywhere. You can do it right online with us, Notary Educators. For those of you who may not know, I actually own Notary Educators, which is my training company. And I've been running that now for also about 5 years, about 4 to 5. And in that space, we have our mentorship, and it has 2 different levels. The startup plan will get you access to all of your classes that you need to get started. That is at $27 per month right now. And then there's the all-inclusive, which is $47 per month. Okay. And all-inclusive gets you all of the courses that we offer, plus a live chat. So to look at the 2 options that you have, you can also even buy Notarize Like a Pro, is where I highly recommend you get started to learn how to properly notarize documents. And that is on sale, 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025, okay? And that is all in the link, should be in the description box, okay? Notaryeducators.com, notaryeducators.com. So I want to tell you a story about that. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Shout out to Jasmine. But now we're going to actually hit topic, okay? Let me write this down so I don't forget. All right. Who else we need to say hey to? Hey, Jasmine, Notary in Real Life. What's up? What's up? Angela's in the house. My bad. Hello, all. Yes, we do try to speak to people as I do. Like, what? Give me some information. Yes. Hey, Paula, how are you? Notary in Real Life says, I'm going to drive my paid for a car until it stops moving. Can I get an amen? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's a new generation of people, okay? When I say new generation, I'm not talking about age, okay? I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about new generation of mentality. Own something. Ownership. OWN. I own this, okay? Nobody can come take it from me. Nobody can take it from me. People get $800 car payments. And in one of my situations, I'll speak to myself. We drove an Eddie Bauer Expedition. That thing was nice, y'all. It was black on black, leather, everything. Eddie Bauer, okay? So this is a little older, okay? But we drove that thing. It was $600 a month, right? Plus gas was crazy because it was an expedition. Gas was costing us an enormous amount of money. Plus car insurance. That thing was costing us probably almost $1,200 to $1,300 a month. That was crazy. That was one of the stupidest decisions I think we ever made I'm going to be frank with you. That was just stupid. I know people say nothing stupid. No, that was stupid. That was stupid. But guess what? It will never happen again. I will ride a bike before I give Ford Motor $600 per month. I promise you I would. I would do whatever I had to do before I would give anybody $600 a month. I had a job that I did for a client. I am coming back to topic. Thank you, Lori. Please like and subscribe, please, to the channel. Like and subscribe. I have to tell y'all this story. I'm coming back to topic. But I really didn't sign on here with a topic so I can really talk about what I want to talk about. But I will talk about what I came ready to talk about. But I got to share this with you. So Jeff and I did a car job. Got this company I do jobs for. Talking to the young lady, car payment was $800 a month. She was 26 years old, $800 a month. So she was able to get out of the vehicle. She was having some problems with it or whatever. So she was able to get out of it. And then she's telling us how much it costs. And then she goes on to say, I deserve this car. I work hard and I deserve this. And I'm going to get another one just like it. And we're like, oh, okay. So we're talking to her. Okay, well, congrats, whatever. I'm still happy for her if that's what she wants to do. I'm not going to just dampen her little spirit, her little joy, whatever, right? I'm not going to do that. But inside I'm thinking, girl, you are crazy. So she goes on to say she lives with her mom. Oh, okay. You live with your mother. Live with your mom, huh? So she lived with her mother, paying all this high car payment. What money do you have in the bank? What if something happens to your mother tomorrow? Can you afford your own apartment, your own home, plus this $800? That wasn't even including the car insurance and gas, okay? It wasn't including none of that. So we have to look big picture, people. We have to. And that's why I decided I want to talk tonight about, again, ownership. Own your own business, not to mention the tax benefits from having your own business. Everything you do is a tax write-off, okay? Just about everything. Don't go out buying no car under the pretense, well, I'm going to write that off into my LLC. Y'all got me so confused. Look, so I can't even say it. Do not go out and buy no car because I see that all day long. So I'm going to buy a car and put it in my LLC and it'll take care of the car payment. No, when I say ownership, guys, I mean you don't pay nobody nothing per month for it. It is yours. Okay? It is yours. Like Laura, like Angela was saying earlier, it's hers. You can't come and just take it. Okay? You got to own something. Own your business. Own your job. And I know sometimes people have said, well, you know what? Well, if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have 15 people working over you, then you've only essentially just bought yourself a job. But guess what? It's my job. I get to work it how I want to. Okay? So yes, I have my own business. But I am still working for someone. Who do I work for? I work for you, the notary. I work for my client that has a power of attorney. I work for my client that needs e-fingerprinting. They tell me what to do. So you don't never just have somebody not ever telling you what to do. You don't. Even these big companies, Bezos and all of them, Amazon, all these big wigs and people that own companies, they have someone telling them what to do. And they're called stockholders. Everybody got a boss. Okay? Everybody has a boss. Do you want to be your own boss or do you want somebody else to be your boss? That's the question you really got to ask yourself. And again, I'm not saying leave your job. I'm not saying that. I'm saying have you an ace in the hole that you're already building. And you present differently in work when you don't have to be there. I'm going to come back to that. Let me write that down. So let me talk about topic. Let me write that. You present differently. We're going to come back to that. All right, let's go. So why is it not too late to start your notary business in 2025? Let's do it. One, because general notary work is not going nowhere. If you look in your Bible, notary work has been around 6,000 years. Okay, scribes, check it out. Check it out. There are scribes where they had to go with property and they had seals. That's where the word seal come from. Okay, so check it out. So general notary work is not going anywhere. Every day people will need to have their wills completed. They're going to need a notary. Power of attorneys, they're going to need a notary. School forms, guess what they're going to need? Tell me in the chat. They're going to need a what? A notary. Medical paperwork, they're going to need a notary. Car titles needs a notary. Everything needs a notary. Everything needs a notary. But they don't just want any notary. Thank you, Lori. They don't want just any notary, guys. They need a notary that knows how to notarize like a pro. Angela, thank you. They need a notary that knows how to notarize like a pro. Okay, I'm going to write down preferred notary because I want to talk about that. I got 3 things we're going to follow up on. Okay, so the next reason why notaries are still needed, loan signings. Don't let nobody tell you that loan signings are gone, that they're dead. Real estate is moving all day, every day. People die. People have money. They get inheritance. And then they're able to purchase property, right? Or they're selling property. They don't want it. Mom and dad had this house, and now they don't want it. They're selling it. Somebody else is buying it with two new little babies. Okay? So real estate is moving. The market does go up and it goes down, but every day somebody is selling something. You better know it. Okay? Refinances are still happening. People have homes. They're losing their jobs. Now, we're not happy that they're losing their jobs, right? However, it is a reality. Or they're not able to afford the initial loan payment that they signed up for. Now they need a loan modification or a refi, and they take money out of the property. Okay, so we discussed all of these different types of packages in our mentorship program. So if you want to know how to do all of these things like a pro, that's what I'm going to recommend that you do. Okay, if you already have your commission, you don't know what to do, you probably need to be in mentorship. Okay, now there are 2 options for you. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but there are 2 options for you that that you can join, and that way you can start learning this business and having your something that you own. You own it. It's a small investment in yourself. And some people say, well, why do I have to pay you $27 a month? Why do I have to pay you $47? Why do I have to pay anything? Can't you just tell me? You can look on YouTube. I have over 1,000 videos here. But for what you're going to learn in order, every week we learn something different. There's people been in mentorship for a year. And they're not there because they don't know what to do. They're there for the community. We help each other. Okay? We're there for the community, not just because of the knowledge. Some of the knowledge you can get on YouTube, but every single week we are learning something new. Somebody put that in chat yesterday. I told Jeffrey, we've been doing community now for almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. And I promise you, if I'm not learning something, somebody in the group is learning something. Every week is never a dull moment. So just check it out. You're not stuck. You can leave anytime you want. Okay? But purchases are happening. Okay? And notaries are needed for these real estate transactions. Attorneys cannot be everywhere. So sometimes they're going to call you. They're going to have to facilitate with you. And they're going to say, hey, can you go do this signing and call me when you get there? Can you Zoom me when you get there? Okay. Now, the number 3 reason why notaries, it's not too late for you. We already talked about general notary work. We talked about loan signings. It's because there's new niches or niches popping up every single day. When I got my notary commission, my brother asked me, he said, Kim, what do you want to do with this business that you're starting? I said, hey, bro, I'm starting this new business. It was in the middle of COVID. And he was like, what you want to do? I said, oh, I don't know. I just want to stamp like 1 paper a day. And I wanted to make like $25 per day. That's it. I want to make $25 per day. He was like, you don't set the bar too high, because he has his own business too, right? So he was like, that's it? I said, yeah. Because I was just really trying to replace what I was making at the hospital. And at that time, I was what's called PRN, as needed. So I went in when I wanted to. I was already trying to work my way to set my own schedule. Now, don't forget, I was helping my mother. I was helping my dad. But I kind of put my business on hold while I was helping my dad. But then COVID hit. So I didn't have anything else to do. So I was really, at that point, helping my mom a lot. So anyway, all that being said, he asked me, I told him, and I was like, I just want to make about $600 a month. That's it. Now, only $600 a month. Most people are saying $600 a month. What could you do with $600 extra dollars per month? Okay. What could you do with $600 extra dollars? Could it pay your car payment that I know you have? Most of you have a car payment. No shade, okay? No shade, no shade, no shade. But 90% of you probably have a car payment. Okay, you probably have a cell phone that you're renting, the new iPhone 55. Okay, again, no shade, right? But you probably got, could you pay something with 600 a month? Well, for me, 600 a month, I could pay my light and gas. I just got the bill today. I could pay my internet, and I could pay my, what's the other one? Cable. So that's cable. I'm thinking about the numbers. 220 light and gas. Internet is 160. No, internet is 100. It's going up. I just got a bill for it, but I got it back down. I think she said about 105 for internet, because I gotta have a faster speed because of what I do. Um, being live and businesses and doing Zoom and stuff like that. I gotta have a faster internet. So we got 220 for light and gas. We got Zoom, not Zoom. Well, yeah, we can include Zoom because what we paying 600 a month, right? Let me get my calculator. Hold on. Let me get my calculator. Like that Tyler Perry movie. Y'all remember that Tyler Perry movie? He was sitting there at the table doing the math. He was like, he owes you. Let's do the math. So we got 600 a month. Let's do it. We're gonna put 600 on the screen. Minus my light and gas was 225. That leaves 375. Minus 160 for my internet. I mean my cable. I keep saying internet. That leaves 215. I could pay also my Zoom, which is 25 a month. Okay, I got 190 left. I could pay my internet, which is 100. I still got another 90. I could pay my cell phone bill. It's 60. Yep, hold on. I could pay my cell phone bill. It's 60. So that leaves me $30 more. And with that 30, I could take me and Jeffrey to lunch cheaply, because we usually split a meal. Check it out. That's 600 a month. 600 a month. How many bills did I pay, y'all, with 600 a month? Could you do something in your life with $600 a month? Let's just be clear. There's a lot you can do with $600. I just paid 4 bills or 5 bills plus lunch. Okay? And that's just me doing it on the side. Now, I don't like it when people call my business a side hustle. When I was doing it part-time, I did not like it. I don't want you to call your business a side hustle. Side anything to me gives a connotation of it's not so important. I would like you to say, I'm growing my business. I'm growing my brand. Okay? Now, so let's talk about the next thing. So you see what I did with $600. Okay? Let's be clear. Now, next thing, and that was at $25 per day. I wasn't even pricing my services right. That was at $25 a day. And the reason I said 25, that was one job per day at $25 if they came to me. Now, of course, now I do loan signings, e-fingerprinting, apostilles. I can make 600 in one day, if I do it right. If I don't mind driving. Some days I don't. Some days I'll go to Atlanta. I'll go in the city and get my paper, as they say. But a lot of times I try to stay local. So other jobs I may pass off to other people because I just don't want to go to Atlanta. I just don't. I have 10 major cities right here by me. So if I drove all over Atlanta, which I can as a notary, I can go get the money wherever I need to make my goal per day. So what's your goal per day? What is your goal? That's what you need to have, a goal per day. How much do you need to make? If you do $335 per day, that's how you get to $100,000 per year. So is it possible? Yes. Do I do $335 every day? I do not. Because again, I just told you I'm kind of picky. I don't like to do jobs before 11 o'clock. Now, if you don't mind doing it before 11, you don't mind driving around the city, all over the place, doing all the jobs. Sometimes I turn jobs down. I'm like, oh, no, I don't feel like doing a refi today. I just want to do long mods all day. I've been doing it long enough where I get to choose. Now, when I first started, I did like everybody else. I did every single job. Okay, we're going to talk about how to become the preferred notary shortly. Let's get some of the comments, and I'm going to come back to my niches and my niches. El Bain says, hello, Kimmi and Notary fan. What's up, El Bain? S. Abdul says, in Georgia, don't you need a lawyer to oversee? Yes. Most real estate, you need a lawyer to be involved in the transaction. Most properties will require an attorney. You do not go out and get the attorney. Go back on my channel. I have about 4 videos where I discuss how to be a notary in an attorney state. Actually, I got about 10 probably, because that's how I started my channel. I couldn't find nobody to tell me how to do Georgia, right? So I said, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to tell everybody. So not only did I figure out Georgia, I figured out all 50 states. How about that? So Notary Educators is nationwide, notaryeducators.com, notaryeducators.com. Check it out. We can help you to start your business wherever you're located, okay? So that, to answer that question, now, Patricia, hey, what's up, what's up? Yes, L. Bain saying write-offs. Yes. Hey, Tabitha. Yes, yes. Yep, Tabitha's out of Florida. Lori said, yep. L. Bain LLC, girl, thank you, because you know I had to think about that one for a minute. So let's talk about some of the niches that I do. Okay, some of the niches that you can do. That's why I said when I started, I only wanted to make $25 a day, but when you look at all these different services you offer, you can make $25 per hour. And actually, you're going to make a lot more than that. I just said $25 per hour. So let's go. You have remote online notary. You're sitting at home in your underoos helping people. If you don't know what an underoo is, look it up. You sit at home in your underoos, though, in your pajamas, PJs, on the bottom. Now, don't stand up. But you're helping people do notarizations at home. They're at home and you're at home, okay? Apostilles. We talk about that all the time. Apostilles. Your document needs a higher level of authentication before it can leave the United States. That's a major part of my business. Ink fingerprinting. Okay, I had somebody say earlier there was a lock on ink fingerprinting. I couldn't really dive into it deeply into the YouTube comments, but there's no lock on ink fingerprinting. There may be a lock on doing live scan in your area because it's a whole lot more hoops to jump through. Now, I do not do ink fingerprinting all day long, but when my phone does ring, I know how to do it. And that's what I teach you to do too. All of these courses are covered in the mentorship too. Okay, they're in the all-inclusive plan. Now, the remote online notary is more like an introduction. It's not a full-blown course because I don't actually do it. I'm looking for someone to assist us within our group. I got my eyes on a few people that are doing remote online notary, so I'm hoping to get one of them to be able to speak to that for us. And if you missed it earlier, Lisa is going to be our first member of our notary family to do teaching. And our group is doing so amazing. I have several people that I've already spoken to, and they will be doing some teaching on our platform. And I'm just so excited. And Lisa's session is tomorrow. She and I together will be doing loan signing reviews. If you can't make it, or if you're not at that part of your business, no need to worry. It is going to be recorded and uploaded to the library. And you get that information regardless to if you're in the startup plan or the all-inclusive plan. The main course that you would need if you're going to buy the courses separately, as Abdul, would be Notarize Like a Pro. That's where you would get started if you're going to do it. Oh, excuse me, I just ate some salmon. If you're going to do it separately, that's the main one you would need, is Notarize Like a Pro. But that course is included in the $27 mentorship along with live sessions. Both mentorship programs, you are able to come to the live sessions. And that's why I set it up like that. At first, it was just going to be, well, you can watch the library. But I'm like, Kim, no, you said you're going to help people this year, and we're going to help people this year. And what does that look like? For $27 or $47, whichever one you choose, you can come to the live sessions every week. We have not missed one, and we've been doing this for almost 2 years. We've not missed one session. We meet during a week of a holiday. We meet 52 weeks out the year. And you would say, is it that much to talk about in this notary space? Your girl don't cuss. You know what I mean? I don't. But beep, 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 beep. Yes. There's a lot to talk about. I promise you. You would not believe it is that much to talk about. So Lori is telling Lisa, congrats. I know Lisa. I'm so excited for her. Lori's actually going to do a session. So we got some stuff in the works over here, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We got another comment, and I'm going to go back to these. I'm going to go back to these. Sheila's saying, yes, Lisa. Paula says, hey, Kimmi, is pricing discussed in the Notarize Like a Pro course? I'll be honest with you. I just don't remember because it's been a minute since I recorded it. It may be something on the end, but if not, Paula, within the pricing course, because it's not a lot, even if it is. I do know that. But pricing itself is a skill. I have a whole course on pricing, too. They are included in mentorship at both levels, okay? So in the $27 one, there is a pricing course that's included. The full pricing course is in the 47, but the 27 is just as complete because I did that one before I did. You know what? Let me see right quick. Hold on right quick because I got to see which one because I have two pricing courses. Guys, when it comes to pricing, I'm telling you, it's a lot. Just even pricing. So let me see what's included. Let me go back because I want to make sure I'm giving you accurate information. Yeah. So the pricing and marketing course is there. And then in the all inclusive, there's a whole course on marketing, just marketing. But the pricing and marketing course gives you everything you need in order to learn how to properly price. So the reason I decided to do that though and include the live mentorship piece weekly is because I realized you can take 1,000 courses, but sometimes you got to talk to somebody. It's facts. You got to talk to somebody. You need somebody that you can talk to, and that's why I'm so passionate about both of our programs. Is because it does allow you to. Let me look at this. It allows you to have the weekly community, right? You get to see other people are actually doing the thing, right? So that's why I'm just so excited about the way we've chosen to do our mentorship. I'm not going to lower the price anymore. I thought about a $17 entry point, but there's no way that it can be effective for you or for us. So I'm not going to do it. I don't just roll out products so I can get money or just so I can be competitive, like because I see somebody else rolling out something. It's got to make sense. It has to make sense. So the way that we've been able to roll out our program, hold on one second. I just want to make sure. Yeah. So that pricing course is included. So yeah, just check out the website though, notaryeducators.com. It is very, very, very um plain and clear English. What you see there is what you get. There are no bait and switch. I don't do that. I can't be here 5 years and I'm telling you one thing here and then I'm actually offering something different. Okay. So you can read the website. It is what it is. Okay. So the descriptions are very clear. And Grit says, as of September 1, effective January 126, in Texas, tests for new applicants and renewal commissions. California finally got it pushed through for Texas. Yes, there is a test that you have to take. There's a little training that's required now in Texas. It still doesn't compare to the training you're going to receive here. I have Texas notaries, California notaries, quite a few states. So again, it's just something where I could try to explain it to you, but you got to just experience it. We have a lot of people here in the chat that are part of our notary family, that's been part of the notary family, that are progressing. So, they can tell you when you come to live sessions, go back and watch some of the student reviews. We got all kinds of student reviews on the channel. So a lot of times people may not know that I am also the owner of Notary Educators. So I have Notary Educators with Kimmi, which is my YouTube channel, which I might eventually just change the name of that to Notary Educators. I may do that. I might just do that. Now I'm talking to y'all. But Notary Educators with Kimmi, the reason I did that because a lot of people knew Notary Life with Kimmi. So I don't want to just confuse my YouTube channel too much. They're like, where's Kimmi? So I am Notary Educators. Notary Educators is me. And I'm also None Better Notary, which is my personal business. That's what I'm repping tonight. So, all right. Martha says, hands up. Yay. Sheila giving hearts. Congrats, Lisa. Paula says, thank you. I'm working with a very limited budget, getting started. So I'm trying to figure out if I should start with Notarize Like a Pro course or mentorship. I'm just nervous. I know, Paula, for real. And that happens a lot. So I'll be honest with you. The best bang for your buck is going to be the $27 mentorship to get started. Now, I do have a lot of people that start with the $27 and they're like, oh, I want to do everything. And then they upgrade. You can upgrade it anytime. The only thing is you got to wait till the following month or you will be paying $27 for 1 month and then $47 for the other one. But you can upgrade, downgrade, whatever you want to do at any time, but just be aware of that, how the dates work. You can't change mid-range. Okay, so I would start with the mentorship. It's $27. Notarize like a pro. Pricing is there. Templates are there. Everything you need. And you may say, well, Kimmy, why are you doing that? Why do you give us everything? Why do you give us so much on the channel? Somebody even asked me that one day. And I get it. People are concerned. They're nervous. You've already paid thousands usually by the time you find us. Let's just be clear. Let's be frank. We're family. It's all good. And then it's like, oh man, I wish I had found a job 4 years ago. Oh, I would have wished I found a job before I spent $6,000 over here. Well, the reason it's able to work, one, because I have my own notary business, so I'm not strictly relying on notary educators. But the main reason is because we give so much. When you take care of people, people take care of you. It's just facts. It's just facts. So we love our community. We really do. We help them to succeed. It runs 7 days a week. And that's not just on paper. You can ask the people right here in this chat. Ding, ding, ding. And some days are more, it's more activity than others. People have assignments. So if you get stuck on an assignment, we're helping you with that. Now, I'll be clear, mentorship is not where you're going to call me, any member of my team, 24/7 at your leisure. We have a process. The process has been working. That is the process that will continue to work. So you watch the courses. As you have questions, you can make a list of them. You can put it in the chat if you want to, but I really recommend just kind of keep watching the next video because it's usually answered there. And then as you're getting assignments, you can feel free to drop your question after you have prepped your documents, which we teach you how to do. If you still have questions, drop it in this chat, our community chat that runs 7 days a week from 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, because I have a lot of people on the West Coast, Pacific time, Mountain time, all these different time zones. So I like to be available so they can get help. It's 7 days a week, even on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We work 7 days a week. So when I tell y'all I work 7 days a week, your girl works 7 days a week. Okay, I work 7 days per week. But it's all good because I love what I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. You better know that. When I don't feel like going live, I'm not going live because it ain't gonna be good. I'm just like, I'm not going live just because I got to. I enjoy talking about notary. So, that being the case, though, yeah. So you cannot just call me and say, "Hey, Kimmy, I'm in mentorship." You told me, yeah, you do have direct access, but it's gonna start with that chat. If I feel like I need to call you, and then also we believe in each one teach one. So as you're going through the course, Paula, you might be like, what about such and such? Drop it in that chat because somebody else got the same question, and that's how we start out. Now, if I feel like I have to call you, I even ask you for permission. I don't just pick up the phone and start calling you. I'm like, hey, Paula, is it okay if I give you a call right quick? And then we'll talk about whatever's going on if we have to. But most stuff can be handled right within the chat. Okay. Paula said, Lori says, Paula Pierre, the first step is just to get started. You can do this. Yeah. The first step is just join mentorship. You've been watching me for some time, so you know who we are, what we represent as notary educators. And if it's not for you, you can leave whenever you get ready. I don't think you will, but I do have to put that disclaimer out there. You're not stuck. Paula says, thank you, Laura. I know I'm overthinking. Yeah, let's do this. Tabitha says, notary signing agent, remote online notary. S. Abdul said, do you show how to do a website? I do not show you how to do a website. We do have website building as a separate product. That's where we'll build it for you. I'll tell you how to do it. You can always Google it. You can go to YouTube University, but we'll build it for you, whatever you prefer. We recommend GoDaddy because it's just easy to navigate. Very easy to navigate. So I have 3 websites. I built them all. So that's how easy it is to navigate. So that's who we recommend. Some people like Wix, some people like WordPress and all this other stuff, but I like GoDaddy. It's simple. You can do Google Sites, which is, I don't know if it's still free completely, but you can build a website there. So you don't need a website to get started. You really don't. I do recommend it eventually, though. You will need one. Okay. Sheila says this is definitely one of the best programs, dollar for dollar. The training is awesome and easy to follow along with. Plus, you can learn so much in that chat. I know, Sheila, I need to charge separately for the chat, right? Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate it. It really is the best program. That's why, at first I didn't put number one on there. We first rolled it out. I had a little what they call what is it called? Um I can't think of the word. I can't think of but when you feel like, oh, can I really put number one? Yeah, I can. It's the number one notary program. It's the number one notary program. The Notary Business Success Mentor Program is the number one notary program. It really is. It's all inclusive if you choose that option. Even if you don't choose that option, the startup plan gives you everything you need, and we want you to win. That's the most important piece of it. It's not about the dollar per month. It's about, I want you to win. Right now, we got somebody out on their first assignment. Right now, we do. Thank you for that, Sheila. I really appreciate it. Notary in real life says yes, 7 days a week. That's real talk. Thank you, Angela. 7 days a week. Okay. Ingrid says yes, notary educators cover everything from cradle to grave. She is hilarious. For real though, we got you covered. I mean, like, for real. S. Abdul says, okay, I'm not computer savvy, but thanks. Yeah, so imposter syndrome, Lori, thank you. I'm about to do a YouTube video on that too. I got it on my list. Not for this. I got a new venture I'm starting. I'll tell you about that later. Oh, you're welcome, Paula. Well, hopefully we'll see you over at mentorship. Don't be scared. We got you. That should be our slogan too. But we're going to teach you how to notarize like a pro. It's not that complicated. We're going to teach you how to ask them questions because questions equal money. And we got you. Okay? Thank you, Lori. Lori says you're number one. I appreciate it. Okay, now I got to cough a little bit. All right, let's do this. Oh, time is getting away. I had 3 more stories. Let me go to the next one now really quick. So flexibility, because side hustles, that's what chat called it, is a side hustle, are still on the rise. Many people are adding it as a part-time business and then scaling up. I'm so glad Chat GPT worded it that way. Because for a lot of people, it does start as a side hustle. Then you realize, wait a minute, I can make how much? I'm missing alerts while I'm sitting here at work. Now, that's again if you're ready to be about it. Okay? Or you may like your full-time job. I got a lot of people that love their full-time jobs. I loved mine, but things just went differently for me. So I had no intentions on leaving my job. 0. But then things just, like I said, went different. So it's not too late. It is not too late to start your notary business. Now, how do you become the preferred notary? Because I talked about that earlier. I'm going to talk about that really quick. You become the preferred notary by, and if somebody just put this in the chat today, am I lying, people that are here? No. Somebody just put it in the chat. Kimmi, what you said is true. Do good work and ask for the business and people will make you preferred. It really is just that simple. Somebody put that in our group chat today. Somebody just put that in the chat. They said, Kimmi, I did what you said. I do good work and I asked for the business. And now I'm preferred. Did they not put that in the chat today? Lori, Lisa, Angela, did y'all see that? Sheila, did y'all see that today? Somebody just put that in the chat. Do good work. That's why most of y'all not doing nothing in your business too, is because you don't know what you're doing. You out here faking it till you make it. You take one job and it went well, It went well. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Angela. It went well. And now you're like, oh, let me do another one. No. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Patricia. Thank you, honey. You see what I'm saying? So, no, you cannot fake it till you make it. You need to know what you're doing. How are you going to know what you're doing? Either you're going to self-teach. You are going to self-teach. You're going to watch 2,000 YouTube videos. Or you're going to come through mentorship where we take it boom, 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 step by step. The courses are uploaded in the order in which I think you should take them if you follow the program. I know who worked the program. I can tell by the questions. I can tell by the questions. This person did not work the program. Lisa is being one of our guest speakers tomorrow because she worked the program. She worked the program. Yep. Angela worked the program. I know who worked the program. Lori worked the program. I know. I can tell. So now we're at a point where they're going to be able to speak. And that's a big deal, guys. Don't think I take that lightly, honey. Sheila says, notarize like a pro. Yes. And Sheila is doing her thing. Sheila was scary. Sheila got out there and she just started. She had a couple printer issues. We talked her through that. So from our person that earlier said it wasn't tech savvy, Jeff handles most of the tech. So we do have you on every part of your notary business. I need to really put that in the description because tech is something too. We help you with everything. When I say we want you to win, if you want to win, we got you. We got you. We really do. So that's not just words. That's not just for YouTube. That's real talk. Okay. So that's how you become preferred. Present differently. Now I want to talk about that really quick. I had two more things. So when I said present differently, when you have something else and you have a high value of yourself when it comes to work, I didn't take a lot of stuff at work. I just didn't. You were not going to talk to me like you're crazy. You were not going to mistreat me. I just did not take a lot of stuff. Now, I wasn't mean because that's just not in my blood, but you were going to treat me right. You're going to treat me right. Okay. So I acted as though I don't need this job, okay? Even though I needed my job more than they did. But sometimes if you present that way, desperate and just, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, I'll do it, yeah, they will treat you like a slave, okay? They will. They'll just treat you like, oh, she'll do whatever we tell her. She'll do whatever. She'll do whatever. No, I won't do whatever. No, I won't. I had a manager one time want me to lie for him. He's like, can you tell him I'm out to lunch? I will not. And I'm sitting right here talking to you. I will tell them you're unavailable. Why would I not lie for him? One, because that's just not morally who I am. I'm not going to do that for you, right? And the other thing my daddy always told me is, if somebody will lie for you, they will lie to you. Okay? If somebody will lie for you, they will lie to you. Okay, so you don't have the type of business that we've had here on YouTube, notary educators, none better mobile notary, and we just willy-nilly out here selling crap. You don't. I stand by everything I put my name on, and that's why it takes me a long time sometimes to roll out products. Some stuff should have been out yesterday, but I'm not going to do it, and it's not right. I'm not. The second membership level, I went over that back and forth. Do we do a second one? Could it be valuable? Could I let them come to meetings? How could I teach them? And they're only paying $27. How can I help them? And guess what, people? And it's not build that they will come, because if you building crap, they're going to come, but they're not going to stay. Okay? They're going to come, but they're not going to stay. Even in your notary business, give your clients a quality experience. If they have one document notarized for $20 or $10, or if they have a $200 package, every single person gets the same experience in my business. Do they in yours? I hope so. Are you notarizing like a pro? Right? Right? And that don't just mean stamping the paper properly. Notarizing like a pro means pricing it properly. Asking your screening questions. Okay? Have the script ready. What are we talking about? Oh, when I said that, let me just show y'all really quick. I'm going to get ready to wrap up. I do have one more shout out I got to get to Jasmine. So if you've not saw the Start Your Notary Business book, that's an excellent place to start too. Each state has their own book. I just happen to have Indiana, Florida, and Georgia. Okay. So each state has their own book. That's an excellent place to start. If you are getting your notary supplies, you want to check out the Notary Journal Collection. Okay, I have 15 different journals. They are amazing. If I must say so myself, it's 15 of them you can choose from. And it covers everything you need. I actually even went ahead and put the screening questions in the front of the journal for you. And I also put the screening questions. I put the sample oath in there. And it covers all of your notarial duties. That's why I love that. I do still have the Specialty General Notary journal. I don't advertise it, but some people already have been using it for years and they love it. Somebody bought one today. So there is a separate journal, but you really don't need that one now because I cover everything in this one. But they've probably been using it for so long, they just love it. So it's still on the market. It's the Specialty General Notary journal. Okay. Let me get Jasmine's thought, and then we are going to like and subscribe. Thank you, Lori. Angela, like, that's right. Jasmine M says, Kimmi, I'm still crossing my toes and fingers that you go from 0% to having your own loan signing service. Jasmine, you're so cute. To starting one, LL. I'm not gonna stop hoping for that. I cannot, Jasmine, because you know how I am with your documents. Can you imagine if you had to deal with me and I was paying you and a customer is waiting on me on the other end? If I'm OCD about your documents, the way that I treat your stuff, you can only imagine what I'm gonna do with my documents. So that's why I don't have a signing service. I cannot. I cannot. And I got a mini signing service. I just don't get paid like a signing service because I'm doing mentorship. Helping you guys that because I help you out with our assignments and stuff, So that is part of mentorship, all inclusive. So let's get this last one. Jasmine, I'm glad you're here, baby. So a few weeks ago, some of you may remember, I was live and we were talking about the importance of an email. Do I need a business email? Do I not need a business email? So I've been running Notary Educators LLC.com. Notary Educators LLC at gmail.com. That has been our email for 6 years. Why change it? And part of why I never got another email address and I kept my Gmail is because I wanted to show you that you too can work without spending a lot of money. I've had that email. I've successfully worked Notary Educators with a Gmail and my None Better with a Gmail. Okay, I did not change that one yet, matter of fact. But we were talking about it a few weeks ago, and I said, you know what, let me do a little bit more homework about that. So I ended up changing Notary Educators. So it's notaryeducators.com, which is how it always started out. But because we had a little glitch one time with Google when we were switching over to GoDaddy, I had to become notaryeducatorsllc.com. So now everything is shortened. It's notaryeducators.com. If you put LLC, it will still pop up. When you watch the old videos, it'll just transfer over. The domain transfers over to Notary Educators. And that's what had happened before. Everything was notaryeducators.com. It just transferred over to Notary Educators LLC. So now we are officially notaryeducators.com. Thank you, Jasmine. So you don't have to no longer put LLC. We're notaryeducators.com. And in addition to that, we actually have a new email address, and it's a business one. And this is all shout out to Jasmine M, because she was like, just go ahead and get it. So while I'm telling you guys to do things in your business, yes, the mentor is actually taking notes. Okay. So I went ahead and did it. It's $100 per year with GoDaddy. I think it's 90 something per year. So now our actual email address is info@notaryeducators.com. That's our email address. info@notaryeducators.com. So shout out to Jasmine M. And I love her so much because Jasmine keeps it straight. She's a straight shooter. We laugh about that. We joke about my blood pressure a lot of times. But I love Jasmine for real. And she's helped me to be a better mentor. Really. And she's doing things in her business that it just touches my heart. And I'm so grateful that she worked the process. And Jasmine asked questions. So for those of you who may be like, well, I don't want to ask questions. That's the only way you're going to get answers. And she's not shy about asking questions. She will ask you 1,000 times. And I'm like, but you know it's still pink, right? But she going to ask you 10 different ways. But Miss Kimmi, you don't see that little bit of... But it's still pink, yeah. It's still pink. Because y'all know I do uncomplications, right? I don't do complicated. I don't do it in my business. I don't do it at home. I don't do it with people. If you causing me too much grief, we are done. Okay? Especially if it's a relationship that I can cut. Now, sometimes you can't get out of everything, but I try not to deal in complications. So, Jasmine, I thank you, though. And we've had other things that came about in my business that are a direct result of our notary family giving me ideas. Even the journal, really quick, and I'll start wrapping up. But I wanted Jasmine to know that I want to follow up with you guys too. But this journal, this one here is paper, and this is a hardback. Okay, somebody in mentorship was like, hey, can the journals come in hardback? And I was like, I don't know. I thought about it that night. Your girl start working on it, and guess what we got? We got 15 paperback and 15 hardback, whatever you want. And they are the most reasonably priced in the industry because NNA hardback is like 57 and ours are like 29, I think. Don't quote me because I'm not looking at it. All right. So I listened to you guys. The Google review card. That's another result from Mr. Kent in mentorship. Kent was like, hey guys, I'm using this. I saw it before. I thought about it. I was like, I don't need that. I'm getting reviews. He was talking about that at mentorship one night. Your girl got it that night. I got a pretty purple review card. And you can check it out on the notaryeducators.com under free resources, the notary supply list. And you'll see that Google review card that I'm referring to. Let me get these last couple of things and we're going to move on. Robin says, hi there. A client contacted me to get a certified copy of an Australian birth certificate. Can you help me? Robin, can you certify copy a birth certificate for Australia? Can you certify copy that? Can you certify copy that? We did a whole thing on that. Robin, can you please put your question over in chat and we will handle that? Okay. And if I have to, I'll call you. Well, let's put that over in chat for me. And I definitely will be in touch to help you with that. Okay. Jasmine says, I take no question is a dumb question personally, so I will ask all the questions to help lower my blood pressure. Look, Jasmine worried about her blood pressure. I'm worried about my blood pressure. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here so I can go see what Robin got going on right quick. And on behalf of Notary Educators with Kimmi, again, all things notary, check out the mentorship options that are available for you. Self-paced courses are on sale. 60% off coupon code is WIN2025. And all things notary, notaryeducators.com. Keeping it simple, people. All right. Good night, everybody. And Lisa will see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Bye, Angela. Bye, WJ. Bye, Ingrid. Good night. All right, people. Until later. Bye.